Hello, everyone, and once again, welcome to a mini Roots update. It's a minor sort of thing, but it has very important implications for the future of the server. As most of you already know, since it's on the server right now, I have updated the map. Roots is now using a very early prototype version of an entirely custom map made specifically for our game mode. Unlike most servers that could probably just use a variety of public maps available on the workshop, Roots, being an entirely new game mode with no precedent set, needs an entirely new design of map to use. The sort of gameplay that we want for Roots isn't really possible on a traditional quote-unquote RP map, or Half-Life 2 RP map, because this isn't Half-Life 2 RP. This is Half-Life 2 Online, something that is meant to better resemble the actual world of Half-Life 2. In fact, try to perfectly encapsulate it, not just resemble it. The world is meant to exist as a form of canon, everything in it being believably within the world of Half-Life 2, while still being on the peripherals, or at a different point in time, still being just as legitimate to the course of events we see happen in that world. Previously, I attempted to create this sort of environment by using levels from Half-Life 2 itself, and making edits to them. Minor things that would connect the world together, rather than change the overall layout of the map itself, because that would make it non-canon. Connecting the levels in a way that was either entirely accurate to the original game, or an interpretation of most likely accuracy, was what I was trying to do to make a role-playing environment. However, those levels were made for an action movie first-person shooter game, and so it was difficult and in some ways impossible to create a good roleplay environment out of those levels, no matter how they were stitched together. There were too many large areas that I couldn't make any changes to whatsoever, and I needed to in order to enforce certain new gameplay features. As a result, I've decided to pick a certain region of Half-Life 2's world that we see, and build something new in it. You never visit this area in Half-Life 2, but it is familiar to you. This place is located in the Canal region. As you're escaping City 17, you go through some rural industrial areas, and this, on the edge of City 17, is one of those regions. Now, as you can see, this map looks very rough. It is in no playable state whatsoever. So why am I releasing it now? Well, it's simple. I could either work on the map in isolation, perhaps just showing an occasional picture of it or something like that, and getting some minor amounts of feedback based on that sort of thing, but mostly, entirely, developing it on my own, while people wait, sitting on their hands, not really doing much of anything because the server isn't really playable, it's a development server, and any features resembling a gameplay loop are obviously absent. So, I decided, well, hell, as I'm developing the map, why not put the work-in-progress versions on the server for people to check out? They can go around prop climbing over the gaps in the roads and whatnot, and they can give me feedback on what they think ought to change. At such an early stage, it's trivial for me to move entire buildings and roads, change the layout of the apartments or the canals. Every single aspect of the city is in a state that can be manipulated, and quite easily, which means feedback is not only very appreciated, it's also very realistic. If you wanted an entirely new building to be added somewhere because you think it would enhance the gameplay of the server, then you can just suggest it, and there's a decent chance it could get added. If you have ideas for decoration or road layouts or obstacles, all of that has the chance to make it in. As I said the other day to the people I was giving a tour of the map to, this map isn't for me. I'm making the map for you. And so, how you feel about it, the sorts of things that you would like to be able to do in it, what you want to see in it, is extremely important to me. Now that I have more time to actually work on Roots, I'm very excited, and I'm really looking forward to what I'm going to be able to put into this map for you guys. I'm really interested to see what kind of things that you have to suggest for it. Right now, we're making the fundamental areas of the world that are meant to facilitate Roots' gameplay. And here pretty soon, once those areas are established, I can start making the gameplay that they host. something that wasn't possible on previous maps due to the limitations that they had. Here pretty soon, Roots is going to start very rapidly manifesting itself into something quite unique. I'm looking forward to seeing you guys checking out the server and letting me know what you want to see on the new map.